Good day and welcome to another preview of our daily racing, which is from Fairview today. Please note it's on the poly track as the turf track wasn't suitable for racing. Today's date, the 21st of August. Now, for the benefit of the persons who are watching this video for the first time, this preview, outside of GENIE is not a tipping service. What I do is I do a form analysis, and then from there I give you outsiders that I think that you can put into your play, and thereby getting the bigger dividend. Because at the end of the day, that is what we all strive for: is to get that bigger payout. Because to make money on favorites isn't a viable proposition. What I normally do is, and I'll talk about it later, I'll give you my outright selection on a race, which I think that is the race, the horse that I think is going to win the race. And then I give you two possible outsiders. You then take these numbers and you add them to your play, whatever you want to play, because everybody has got its own favorite play. Mine, for instance, is pick sixes and quartets, but another person likes a PA, another person likes a pick six. For instance, one of my members sent me yesterday a note, a WhatsApp, saying he took my selections, added into his pick six selections, and thereby he caught the pick six for a full dividend, which I'm really, really glad for that person. So if you want to get notification of our daily video, which I post around about 9 o'clock every day, then just subscribe, click the subscribe button and ring the bell. You'll also find us on social media, Twitter, outside of GENIE, and also on WhatsApp. And oh yes, we have got a Facebook page. You can just go in there and put in outside of GENIE, and then you can like our page. This video preview is sponsored by VYVO, the leaders in artificial health intelligence. If you, at the end of the video, I will tell you more about a competition that they're running where you can win this VYVO LITE Health Watch to the value of 5,000 Rand. Then just want to quickly give feedback. Yesterday at Turffontein, we had a reasonable day. We gave you 4 nice winners. Number 8 was our outsider selection. Let me quickly explain. What I do is I give you 3 selections. The first one is the horse that I think outright that I think can win the race. That is my selection to win the race. The other day, I gave the guys Whirly Whirly as an outright selection, which at the time that I gave it was 50 to 1. Then I give you outsider selections. That's just 2 numbers that not in any particular order of 2 outsiders in that race that I can can win the race. Here's example, race 2, number 8. My outsider selection was Feather in the Nest. At the time that I gave the selection, the horse was 16 to 1. Then my outsider selection, my outright selection for race 5, 1 at 5 to 1. Ready, Set, Go, I had the outsider selection. He started at 9 to 2. And in the last race, number 4, Creation, was my outright selection. And at the opening betting 14 to 1, starting price 11 to 1. And in that race, I said in my preview that the favorite was number 1, Var and Away. But Creation has beaten that horse before, and even on the weight turnarounds, Var and Away can't beat Creation. And that is exactly what happened in the race. Creation won and Var and Away was second. So my daily preview are of value to you. Then I just want to talk about Gold Cup Day, 29th of August. When we did it July, I did a preview with Pierre Stradum, and he gave us his selections. And at that time, he wasn't riding in July, but this time he's going to ride on Gold Cup Day. So he's going to give us also his maybe his thoughts on the horses he's riding. On that day, we gave you 5 very well priced winners. Actually, the last 2 was races 9 and 10. The double that all to come worked out at 100 to 1. So we will try and repeat that feat on Gold Cup Day. On the Gold Cup Day, I'm going to do 6 videos of the pick 6 legs. But that video will only be available to my subscribers. I'll still do a video on the non-cup, on the non-pick 6 races, which will be for free for everybody. But my preview on the six videos for the pick 6 races will only be available to members. Currently, we have got some nice packages that we can offer you. If you want to become a long-time subscription, I have 1 or 2 people who has already signed up for long-term. where you normally pay 500 Rand a month. If you sign up for long term from now till the end of December, it's going to cost you 300 Rand a month. So that we'll have to pay up 1,200 Rand to get all our selections till the end of December. Package 2, you can sign up now and get our selections from now till the end of September. The special price 400 Rand. If you want to sign up just for the Gold Cup weekend, from the Friday to the Sunday, that will be 150 Rand. Package 4, sign up now till the end of August, that will be 200 Rand, including the Gold Cup previews. Then package 5, the weekend packages, we only got 2 weekends left. The cost for that is now not 105, but 70 Rand for the next 2 weekends. You can WhatsApp me on 0835855133 to arrange your package. What do you give if you sign up for our daily analysis service? You get race by race selection, outright winner, 2 possible outsider selections, value bets. Our value bets normally do well. If they don't win, they run places. The other day I had a value bet paying, I think, was 12 Rand a place. Then the best bet of the day, we try and give you value bets. Anyone can find the 8 to 10 odds on favorite. You don't need me for that, but you need outsider GENIE to give you that nice, valuable best bet that's going to pay a few Rand. We also give you trifectas and quartets. Last week at the Val, I gave you a quartet of 15,000 Rand. On Monday, I gave you a quartet that paid nearly 6,000 Rand. We also give you affordable PA and pick 6 selections, which you can then play as is, or you can take that numbers, add it to your play, and play accordingly. So let's start with our daily, let's go to Fairview. We will have a look at the card there. We kick off with race number 1, which is a social distancing maiden plate over 1,200 meters. Let's have a look at the betting first. Oh my goodness, sorry, I had this all. There you go. Number 6, Asian Times, 22 to 10. Mr. Pigile, 33 to 10. Fly My Flag, 4 to 1. Sour Spirit, 11 to 2. 9 to 1. Andrea, 12 to 1. Zuberi, 20 to 1. And betted the rest. So let's have a look at the card. I had a look at this card, and on this first race, there are 1 or 2 first timers, which unfortunately I do not know their ability. But you know, guys, I want to tell you that this time of the year, that normally your older horses has got a little bit of advantage above the you know, the younger horses, unless you got a younger horse that has got very good ability. So if you've got an average young horse running against the average maiden, in most cases, the average older 4-year-old or 5-year-old maiden will win the race. A case in point, earlier in this week, we had Ramananji, after a long try, I think 58 races or something, he eventually broke his maiden. And then we had this other horse called Our Biscuit, who was also battling, but also won a race on the ball. So I'm going to go for Andrea, because this horse has run some decent races. About Wicked Grin. Wicked Grin has won again. Thomas Tucker, I do like Thomas Tucker to win today. Has run well on the poly there, ran second behind Thomas Tucker on the poly. And if you have a look at this horse, normally runs on well, second fastest to 400, second fastest to 400, second fastest to 400. So yeah, and I do believe that this horse might be more suited to the poly than to the turf track, because remember what you see here is on, when this was done, was on the court, supposed to be on the turf track. Then number 2, Zuberi is also for me a very nicely bred number 2 Zuberi at the VAR from a Giant Causeway mare. I really like the breeding of this horse. Unfortunately, drawn a little bit wide, but I do feel that over the 1,200 meters, this horse will run on. You know, only had 2 races here and then moved to PE, and I do feel that this horse can really finish well and be in the be there when the photos are taken at the winning post. Then here we have number 4, Asian Times, which is the favorite, also drawn a little bit wide, 11. Now, it has run some fair races, but if you have a look at the betting in 22 to 10, I mean, that's not a type of form that I will be rushing to go and put 22 to 10 on. Although this horse has run in a future behind Global Drummer, 4.2, but last time out that, you know, was at 3 to 4 to win, and could only manage 7 lengths behind the winner. And so that puts me off a little bit. But now trying the poly for the first time, so not without a chance. but I might think that the 4-year-old might be slightly stronger here. Evie's first did improve from his first run to a second run and can improve further. Chief Gold nicely drawn for. I would think that this horse might be a serious contender in this race. Then we have another, here's a first timer from the Web Brenner. You're not always sure where you are. Watch the betting on that one. Then I want to move on to race number 2, where it's another maiden plate over 1600 meters. Let's have a look at the betting first. Maiden plate, race number 2. Here we have number 5, Mudakar at 13 to 10. Can this be Zietman Oosthuizen's first winner in PE? Only time will tell. 7 to 2, Just Sonic. 6 to 1, Find Me Unafraid. Demote 15 to 2, Coupe d'Etat. 10 to 1, 11 to 1, Shades of Blue. Hidden War 16 to 1, 18 to 1, and better the rest. Now let's have a look at the field. Yeah, so we have here Little Drummer Boy, is like again 18 runs, has run a few places, have been played, have not been running too badly, but I don't think this horse has run on the poly. Oh yeah, then he was one run on the poly where he was running on fastest 400 to finish, so definitely a horse that can be involved in the finish. Shade of Blue, Duncan McKenzie's in form. Unfortunately, draw a little bit wide, but has been placed over this distance, and yeah, can definitely also be there when the photos are taken. Here we have I want to go here to number 5. It's a 4-year-old Flower Alley. I see this horse cost 1.5 million rand, so it must be a nice looker. This horse has had 2 runs, very good runs, ran second behind time stands, and then ran third, also running on well, 23.3, but unfortunately, I'm a little bit concerned about the draw 12 on the poly. It's sometimes a bit of a nightmare. The horse that I think is going to beat. Before I get to that horse, while I'm here, here's Just Sonic, also in with a chance. The 1600 meters went to the front last time out, first time on the poly. So we'll have to wait and see. But I do feel Just Sonic can be involved in the finish. But the horse that I am going for in this race is number 10, Find Me Unafraid. It's a Master of Fate by Strike Smartly Me, nicely bred, has had 3 runs, first time out, ran behind Wagon Midnight, lost, flew late. Last time out, 23 seconds slow, ran on. The 1600 will definitely suit and is much better drawn than the favorite. And I think that's going to be a nice big long tussle to be between him and the favorite, number 5. I just want to put your attention on number 9. Number 9 is a Coup d'etat by a Dynasty Me. Watch the betting on this one. It is getting the -4, so it definitely didn't, is going to carry a lightweight. I haven't included in my trifecta and quartet selections, but if you see this money for this horse, maybe it will be a good thing to include into all of your bets. And then let's move on to race number 3. Here we have a Pinnacle Stakes, 2,400 meters, and let's have a look at the betting. Race number 3, we have Mirror at 4 to 10, Africa Gold 5 to 1, 6 to 1, Just My Style, Fairy Ford 14 to 1, Ice Baron 14 to 1, 16 to 1, Fricky 40 to 1, and 80 to 1 the rest. So yeah, Mirror is here and throwing in the weights. Definitely the best horse in this field, but Africa's Gold did beat her last time out, but over a longer distance. So I think at the end of the day, I'm not going to dwell too much on this race. I think the finish will be fought out by these two. And also just maybe 6 Ice Baron can maybe throw the upper card, but on merit rating way out. But I have seen that sometimes in this pinnacle of displayed races, even if they way out on the weight, they can still, they still manage to win the race. Here we have Ramsden -4. This horse is carrying 51. So yeah, my advice is when you play your exotics here or your quartets, bank a one with the field if you can, or you go 2, 3, 4, and then buy the field in the field. But not a not a race that I think you can make a lot of money on. Let's move on to race number 5, where the betting is as follows. Race number 5, it is race number 4, sorry. That's over a 1200 meter. Dancing in Saddle, 92, 92 Mars Music, 92 Sunshine Mint, 5 to 1 Carlita, 11 to 2 the field, Medico 11 to 2, Miss Honey 10 to 1, and Twin Falls 12 to 1. Very open race, 9 to 2 the field. Let's have a look. Yeah, that is it. It is a 94 finish and mare divided handicap, class B, average merit rating 91. You'll see that I focus a lot on that because that is a very good indicator. Horses down in class, you need to follow over the 1200 meters. Let's have a look at Dancing in Seattle, which is carrying 64, getting the -4, so now only carrying 1, carrying 60. And as I said, race number 4, the average merit rating is 91, where this horse has run on that and higher and run well on the poly, beaten by Madam Speaker. This horse is, if you have a look, has been running against top horses, but I think this best distance for this horse is 1,200 meters, has had 2 wins, 2 seconds, and a 4th. And I think the 4 kilogram will definitely be in his favor. And I'm looking for number 1 to go in first here in race number 4. Then other horses we can look at, some outsider horses. I want to scroll down here to number 7, Miss Honey. Miss Honey was a horse that has run well, and in her time has run against some decent horses in Natal and in Durban. Now finds her in KwaZulu, in a PE, where in her first race she ran well behind Microbe. Last time out 2 point lengths behind Captain Anne Bonny. But I think the 1200 meters will suit her on the poly, and I'm looking for number 7, Miss Honey, to maybe run into the places. Number 8, Twin Falls, also carrying a low weight, 52.5 kilograms, and has been running some decent races over 1200 meters and being placed and beat Miss Orange. Miss Orange came after that and won. Beethoven won 3 races. Microbe won the other day and was placed again. So I think Twin Falls will be outsider that you might include into your quartet, trifectas, or whatever play you do. There's a few horses from from Alan Greep. They're always a danger. Here we have Mars Music, also a horse that's been competing against the better opposition, Madam Speaker, Sir Frenzy. But I do feel that number 1 has got the better form, although they are stable companions. And Wayne Agreda riding this. But I'm sure the reason why he's not riding number 1 is because they want to bring the weight down. But in your pick 6, you can include 1 and 3. So let's move on to race number 5. Race number 5 is a fillies and mare 75 divided handicap over 1,200 meters. Class D, average merit rating 68. So let's have a look at the betting there. With the betting here again, 92 the field, Proclaimer 92, Captain's Choice 11 to 2, Traveling Style 6 to 1, Linda Lovelace 8 to 1, 9 to 1, Seattle Tango, Alaskan Fight 9 to 1, 10 to 1 Micro, 12 to 1 Forest Field Flame 60 to 1, 20 to 1 Casual Wear, Bushy Park 20 to 1, 25 to 1 Poster Girl, Don't Be Blue 28, Furlove 50 to 1, and Honey Sweet 75 to 1. As you see, I went to all the horses because there is a reason that I'm doing it, and I please want you to hold on to your chairs and not laughing when you fall off your chairs. But as you can see, this is a very open race, and the horse I'm going for is, as I said, hold on to your hats, ladies and gentlemen. After the race, you might be laughing your head off for me, or you might stand in a payout queue collecting your money. Now, first of all, the horse I'm going for is number 15, Furlove. Now, this horse only carrying 48. Okay, this race is ability rating. Race 5 is 68. This horse has run around about that, but I think the -4 puts it in this race. First of all, Duncan McKenzie is in form, so you need to follow his horse. Now, this horse has won over 600 days, but if you follow the racing lately, you'll see there's a lot of horses that has recently won, that has won 500 days ago or 600 days ago. Now, if you look at this horse earlier form, first the one that I want to look at is this board behind Honey Sweet, where they run against each other. Now, Honey Sweet also runs in this race, okay? So they're very close on on that. Now, if you analyze, this horse has run against Seattle Mermaid. Seattle Mermaid, 2 lengths second, 1 length behind Seattle Mermaid. And it always runs on. It says here, touch off late, nervous, tired late, nervous, ran on well, made late progress, slow, passed some. Okay, so with 48 on his back, this horse hasn't carried 48 for a long time in his life. So I think that this horse at 50 to 1 has got a decent chance. I mean, if this form was like this horse is 10 lengths behind and 20 lengths behind every time, I could understand the 50 to 1. But I can't understand the 51 if you have a look at 1.75 behind Seattle Mermaid, 1 length behind Seattle Mermaid, 3.6 behind Seattle, Escape to Vega. You know, so I really give this horse a chance. And even at 50 to 1, you put 50 bucks, you can't get hurt. Put 50 places. I mean, even on a place, this horse is 51 to 4. That's about 6. It's about 8 to 1 a place. Now, if you then fancy this horse, then surely Honey Sweet must come into this race because they have run against other. There's also Escape to Vegas, Miss Orange, Microbe. Microbe is in this race. Now, if you go and have a look at the turnaround on Microbe, then it must have a chance. There you have Marmara C. Marmara C is not a slouch. It is quite a good horse. Only 6 lengths behind. 3 lengths behind Winter Fire. Varsity Bourbon is not a donkey. You know, Sugar Gun and Forest Field, also not bad horses. So also just carrying 52, unfortunately draw 12, but this horse is drawn 10. So as I said, I don't say they're winners, but you cannot leave them out in this field because this is a very open field. Because if you look at this race, meaning there's Microbe that I've just spoken about. Now, one of the other horses that I do fancy is this horse, Travel in Style. Also from the Jock stable, Shannon de Vaux is still riding like a young man, draw free. And I do feel that this horse, there you got Verbatim. Verbatim is a favorite. 4 lengths behind World Radar. I mean, my goodness, what a good run. So if you take that in account with the 2 that I just mentioned, Captain Princess, last time out 0.20 behind Wicked Grill, I do believe that Traveling Style is also a horse with a decent chance. So I don't want to dwell too long on this race. It is an open race. Have a look and then make your decision. But I do feel that you know, I'm looking for value. I just want to also mention that Poster Girl didn't run a bad race behind Miss Orange. Also a horse that you know can be there when the photos are taken, but unfortunately running from draw 11. So my advice in a pick 6, put in as many as you can afford. Very open race, you know. And lately we've been getting these results where 50 to 1 shots, 40 to 1 shots win. So I think I'm in good company with my selection of Furla. Certainly not I mean, certainly not a definite, but you know, even cover yourself with places. It's a good each, you know, the good each way bet doesn't win the runner place, you're still in the money. So now let's go to race number 6. But before I want to go to race number 6, I just want to give our sponsors a little bit of exposure. Our sponsors, VYVO, has got a business opportunity for you. VYVO, be the owner of your own global artificial intelligence business. You know, you guys, when you play horses, you always need money. Okay, guys, I apologize for this because I keep on losing my signal. I'm with Telkom. Please do not ever in your life sign up for a Telkom contract. You'll be so sorry. And I just unfortunately have to work for it because I can't restart my preview every time. I sincerely apologize. Just to get back, VYVO is offering you a business opportunity. Be the owner of your own global artificial intelligence business. Artificial intelligence is impacting future adversely every industry and every human being. Healthcare and wellness are the fields where AI is going to have the biggest impact. VYVO now offers you a business opportunity where you don't have to pay any upfront fees. A very exciting concept being launched, first of its kind, not seen in South Africa before. We were now in a pre-launch stage in South Africa and need persons to assist the pre-launch and be trained as team leaders in order to assist in building and training teams for the launch phase. The lowest, the fastest growing markets worldwide. This is the opportunity. Great products, customer referral program, free to join. a lucrative commission a compensation plan, the most exciting instant bonuses. And if you are interested, WhatsApp 0612310193. Just say VYVO business opportunity. So let's get back to our racing, where we have race number 6, which is the speedster stake, non-black type over 1,000 meters, class A, average minute rating 83. Let's have a look at the betting first. Here we have Verbatim 72, 92, Mary Riley, Viking Moon 11 to 2, Big Bay 8 to 1, Sullenberger 8 to 1, Dashi 8 to 1, Alado 10 to 1, Daimi 12 to 1, and 20 to 1, and longer the rest. Yeah, it took me a long time on this race, and eventually I settled on number 3, Verbatim. But I must tell you, it's not a very confident selection. This horse has shown speed. He runs well on the poly, but I am just scared. He hasn't done 1,000 meters, and he sometimes do fade at the end of these races. But hopefully, drawn 6, and the 1,000 meters will be better for him because he runs from the front. So our selection here is number 3, Verbarium. And other selections I want to look at is number 9. Number 9 is Sullenberger. Sullenberger is an ex-Gauteng horse from Ashley Fortune stable, has run well here and then moved over to where it won its first race on the poly, over 1,000 meters, only carrying 53, drawn 4, and I think that this horse can be definitely involved in the finish. Another horse that I want to look at is number 12, and that is it's a 3-year-old, only had 3 races, but was very speedy in his races. But first time on the poly, drawn 5. I've got to think that this horse will go to the front with Verbanium, and yeah, that could be a nice race. The problem being that they might, outrun each other, and then the third horse might come past to win the race because if they go too hard from the start. So, yeah, there is a few horses with chances. Number 1, Mary O'Reilly, certainly a very capable horse on a day. Has one on the poly, beating Big Bay, but drawn 11. Viking Moon has run well on this course, and but unfortunately had lost her form, waiting for a return to form. Number 5, Big Bay. Yeah, can also be involved. Unfortunately, drawn 13, but also has one on this poly track over 1,000 meters. So certainly a horse that you need to include in your play. So then we move on to the future race of the day, which is the Jockey Club Stakes listed over 2,000 meters, where we have a few visitors. According to the best weighted column, number 1, Elusive Heart, Statue, Princess Irene, Second Request, Duchess of Bourbon. Elusive Heart, this horse, I'm not sure if this horse can do the distance, so I'm passing it by today. Here we got Justin Snape with Duchess of Bourbon. This horse has shown some reasonable form, but I think the horse that I like here is number 5, and that is Princess Irene. If you look here on the 4th of January last year, this horse run well and won a Jamaican, which was a handicap, which was a B division, beating some 9 horses. Has run against some good horses: Santa Clara, Sylvana's Pride, Seville, Orange, Snapscan, Mayabi Gold, and this is my choice to go in. But then there are 2 runners from the Glen Cotson stable that we need to look at, and the first one is Coral Bay. And I think Coral Bay can also be a huge contender in this race. Has also run against some decent opposition, and definitely in with a chance. And I think will also go close. Then we got GENIE Sequoia. Might even be a chance, but has been beaten like by Duchess of Bourbon for 13 lengths, and also last time outfaded badly behind Moon in June, as can be said of Coral Bay. So definitely not certainties. And then you still have American Princess, which is on a hat trick, but on the weights are a bit out on the weights. So open race, a few horses that can arrive. So let's move on to race number 8, which is a 70 merit rated 74 handicap class D, average merit rating 70. Let's have a look at the betting. Number race number 8. Number 7, Tiger in the Sun 19 to 10. Falcon Rock 13 to 2. Masterful 8 to 1. VYVO 10 to 1. 10 to 1. A Fruit Flyer Thomas Stocker 10 to 1. 12 to 1. Akabaka Dandel Norfolk Pine and 60 to 1 and longer the rest. So let's have a look at this race where my selection is number 13, Thomas Tucker. Also another Duncan McKenzie inmate, unfortunately drawn a little bit wide, 10 to 1, but has got experience, Beiderveld on board. And when I look at this form, I just got, I don't know why, but to me, this horse looked like the likely winner in this race. You know, we have a average merit rating of 70. This horse has run in a 77D, run well. Um, has had some decent runs on a poly, won the maiden on a poly over 1200 meters, fastest 400 drew away late. So I don't think the 1400 will be a problem. And I just feel that it's also had a nice last time out behind Tawny Jet. And I would think Thomas Tucker will be there when the photos are taken. Other horses that we can look at is number 1, Masterful. Number 1, Masterful is also running well. Stallone Naidu riding from draw 8, has been there and thereabouts, has run on the poly, some fair races, and I do feel Masterful over this 1400 can be a contender. Number 2, Falcon Rock, also not without a chance. Unfortunately, drawn a little bit wide, drawn 11, run behind Marmara Sea last time out. But before that, run in stronger opposition. So definitely a horse you cannot leave out of your calculations. Okavango Delta is also a horse who runs over different distances, can be involved in a finish, but drawn 13. Then you have the favorite here is, I just want to, before I get to the favorite, we got Via, which surprised in his previous race, but now in the poly didn't run so well. And I see that he has had a few runs on the poly. Not sure whether this horse favored the poly. I don't think so. Year 7, Tiger in the Sun, a 3-year-old, has had some decent runs about Golden Drummer. Golden Drummer, a very good horse. So this makes this form strong. So 7, Tiger in the Sun, a 3-year-old that is definitely going to be involved in the finish. Norfolk Pole, drawn 14, but can also run on nicely. And with this breeding forward out of a Tiger Ridge mare, can also be a contender. So that then brings us to the end of our uh, preview. Before you go, I just wanted to tell you about our VYVO Gold Cup competition, artificial intelligence at work. VYVO, the world's largest network marketing company in the world, is the sponsors of our Gold Cup competition. Win a VYVO LITE SE Health Watch to the value of 5,000 Rand. Artificial intelligence is impacting the future of virtually every industry and every human being. Healthcare is one of the fields where AI is going to have the biggest impact. Enter the competition and answer the following questions. Who will be the winner of the 2020 Gold Cup? Post your answers via our competition WhatsApp group. Use the link supplied below to enter the competition. Follow this link to enter the competition. You just click on that, join the group, and then post your answer. Rules for the competition: only one entry per cell number. Judges' decision final. By entering, you give VYVO permission to send you advertising material from time to time. Winner will be announced 7 September 2020, and delivery time for a watch will be 6 to 8 weeks after announcement of winners. I do thank you for listening to our preview. And as I always say, break a leg.